Journey of PMP is always fascinating. No, I was talking her about her background. Her background is a one background I have seen from a long time that is better than mine. But being said that, she's a certified PMP who did PMP, and like the journey of PMP is always tough, and especially being a mother of a son of 10-year-old and working through multiple things, job, PMP, your son, your husband, and so many things. I understand how hard it will be. For boys, for men to do the PMP, mostly their thing is one focus. They need to do job, and in addition to the job, they need to focus on the PMP. But for a working mom, there is no comparison at all. I wouldn't even dare to compare. So Deepa, congratulations from the depth of my heart. You did it. You became certified PMP.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank
Deepa,
you so much. First of all, I'm actually a little nervous as well as excited also, because it's been a dream come true to me.
yeah, how long it has been your dream?
Say about 2 years, I should say, but I have started my actual preparation since 3 months. That's since May 22 only. I have started my actual preparation,
Mm-hmm.
and then I
So,
clearing it in.
yeah. So, almost 3 months preparation time. Can you share the entire journey? Because I believe you prepared most of it by yourself. So, how everything went? What were the ways you utilized to prepare for that? Please.
Yeah. So when I actually started, reading these books and started getting into the concepts, I was not really very sure whether I'm getting into a right path or not, because most of the content that is there with respect to PMBOK is not related to my work. I work in a pharma organization, and where work, agile, all these are totally new topics to me. So
Yeah.
when I started getting into this in the month of May, I took kind of training with a trainer here, with a local trainer who
Mm-hmm.
have mentored me. But then even after listening to the first time, I think I was still not able to, kind of say very confident about the concepts.
Okay.
So I think that's where I started surfing a lot of stuff on internet and trying to understand which book to read, whom to consult, where to consult. Then I came across your videos.
Mm-hmm.
That was something, I can say, a miracle that has happened from bottom of my heart. I should say this. Um, Specifically the agile concept and your classroom coachings that came across. I'm sure I have seen or watched all your videos, almost all of them.
Wow. All pathway, all journey videos, all of them.
Yes,
That
most of it I could see, unless if something I might have missed, I'll definitely try covering them again in the
no, no, you
upcoming
don't.
days.
You don't need to watch it again. Now you're a certified PMP. I want you should do now something else. Okay, so let's talk about this thing. So where are you in India? Where are you in?
This is on Telangana. You understand Telangana, right?
Yes,
The
yes. Uh,
southern part of India,
My
Telangana, Hyderabad.
90% students are from South India. Overall,
Oh,
if I have like 1,000 students, 800 to 900 students are from South India. So I understand Hyderabad, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, all those states are basically my clients. So I know that very well. Okay, so
amazing.
yeah, you book the exam in the center or in home?
I did it from home. I
Hmm.
wanted to do it sometime, like I was actually prepared and ready in the month of July, but some personal emergencies, and then I had to postpone to
Okay.
August. Then I fixed a date, August 12th. Then 13th, my mother-in-law surgery was there. So again, I
Okay.
had to postpone it for the second time. And
Okay.
August 19th, I cleared my exam finally.
Hmm. So you book it online in the home. So how was the
Yes,
experience?
at home.
How was the experience?
It was okay. I mean, what I heard from other peers and friends, it is not that frightening. Just that you have to be very clear about the requirement, what is required by the proctored
Hmm.
kind of examination that you would done. But yeah, one thing was there that we definitely have to make sure that your surroundings are clear, your microphone is clear,
Hmm.
then you're not allowed to eat food or anything. So I think one thing that I missed actually is before getting into the examination, I did not have much food. So
Hmm.
during, because I was so tensed,
I, I understand.
exam kind of anxiety, and I couldn't gulp anything. So my suggestion to if anybody is planning to do this is, I would say, eat stomach full, be full, and then go sit in the exam so that you don't feel hungry. Also, water is something which I have totally forgot while taking my exam.
And even in the breaks, you did not have water.
Yeah, that's another miserable thing that I have done. Breaks. First break I took only for 6 minutes and then I rushed back to my exam. Second break I only took for 2 to 3 minutes, which
Why?
I should have, out of excitement and kind of tension ki mujhe khatam karna hai, I have to finish it. So
And
that was my mindset.
in addition to that, were you feeling like maybe the break, I am taking too much break, you were not getting,
Yes, I felt that.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, I felt that I'm taking too long. Time khatam ho jayega. No, I have to get back to the exam. It
I have,
was,
yeah,
yeah, my mindset was like that.
I understand. I totally understand that. Okay, so let's talk about exam a little bit. So, which section? Okay, the first thing is that is always the first section you are more anxious about that. But now looking
Yes.
back, which section was actually more difficult?
For me, when I started with the first two questions, I was a bit blank, because to settle down itself, it took some time for
That's a
me.
normal thing. Yeah, that's a normal.
And for 60 questions, I felt they were okay and I was able to handle them well off.
Mm-hmm.
But the second section and the third section, the second and third parts, I found little difficult, because most of them were very kind of lengthy questions.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you read the first half, and the second half, you would forget what is the first half the question, and answers also were kind of
How many line of the
length,
questions were?
four liners, five liners, like that.
Okay, okay. Four liner, five liner. Of course, that becomes a more difficult thing when the question that b- is that big. Yeah. So what about the second and third section?
Second and third section were okay for me. I can say not very tough, not very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some portions of it were I was cost part related questions. I'm not that good with the cost component calculation, so I picked up the ones which only had the kind of logical evaluation and not the calculation part.
So you
So
got questions of where you have to use calculator.
yeah, there was an option where we can use the calculator also, but there was very simple calculations, not very tough.
Okay. Like there are simple calculation you can do it without even calculator, right?
Yes, we by if you read the question a bit second time, then you will understand what they are actually asking. Then you can do a mental math.
Hmm. You can easily do that and work into that. Okay, that totally
Right.
makes sense. Well, let's talk about this thing. So, how many mathematical questions were there?
Um, During my exam, around four questions were there. Four, yeah.
Four questions were there. Okay, okay. The four questions were mathematical. Yeah, I got it. And any critical path question?
One, only one.
You have to calculate critical path.
Yes,
You have to calculate the critical path, or it was a float question.
it was not a float question. They asked which of it is the critical path
Okay,
of
you
it.
they ask which of the critical path. You don't have to make
Yes.
any critical path.
No, I don't have to
Yeah,
run anything in that.
Okay. That what I was thinking. Okay. So putting that into the context, which domain, which area was more difficult in the exam? Stakeholder communication, team, which you have watched the journey videos. If I put in that context, which was the most difficult area in your exam?
Uh, for me, coming from a non-financial background, finance part was the only thing difficult that I faced through, and agile is not my part of regular work or the work profile.
Mm.
So agile concepts, when we talk about so predictive or anything like that, then it would I wouldn't understand. If you say Scrum, also was a definitely a new term for me. So something related to that initially I found it challenging to understand, absorb, and then respond to it.
But when you went to the exam, you were already good and versatile with these things, right? You already had
Yes,
the knowledge about that. So going back,
correct.
when you were in the exam, if I take only that part, talking about only
Hmm.
that thing about the exam, in exam, which became the most difficult thing?
I didn't find any of it in that perspective. Only challenge I had is I had to read the question two, three times to understand, but otherwise I did not have any concern to answer the questions
Okay, there was no
in
issue.
any of them.
Yeah, there
No.
was no issue into answering any questions. And which area was more dominant in the exam? Stakeholder
Um,
communication, team, which area was
It
more?
was more of communication matrix. Many questions were there, major questions were there, and most of the questions for me were like direct questions, actually talking kind of what would be the first thing that a PM would do, or kind of questions, and what would be the first thing, or what will a project manager do in this situation provided.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is an interesting thing. Always give that particular thing. Okay, so there were questions about the team. How do you manage the team? What are the working in the team?
Yes,
Emotional intelligence, things like that.
additional questions.
Yeah. Okay. How did you manage the time? The first section, how much time it took? Second, third.
First 60 questions were okay for me. I didn't find I was as I said, the first two three questions I was anxious, but later I could um, kind of manage my time. The second set, as I said, the second and third sets were kind of little lengthier, so there I had to really rush. Kind of when I did my mock test also, I was more practicing on these lengthier questions. So I took about four mock tests, but not in a sequential or not in a full length way. So I think that helped me here. Second set, I took little time to make sure that I get
How
into the
much time we are talking about? 80 minutes,
some
7.
some questions. I didn't really check that clock, but I can say that some questions I even went beyond 2 minutes also.
Mm-hmm. So the first break, when you took the first break, did you check the clock almost? What was the time?
I didn't check.
Ah,
I
That's interesting.
I didn't.
That's
All
interesting.
that was in my mind was to
Yeah,
break ले लो और आ जाओ.
but you did it. That's the most important thing. Talking about the exam in Agile, okay, the mindset was there, the Scrum was there. Were there any
Hmm.
questions from XP or DS, DM or Crystal methods?
No, no, no.
Kanban.
At least whatever I remember, these were not there.
Okay. Thank you, Deepa. Thank you very much. You have given us a good amount of information regarding anything that you would like to share to the PMP aspirants.
Yeah, all that I would say is keep your calm, especially when you get into the examination hall. That's more important. The calmer you are, the more you tend to answer right. And try reading as much as possible, which I did. Like whenever I could get a time, specifically when there are videos with respect to the required topics were there, I would just plug in and start listening to them. Mhm. Reading books, I'm not that great at reading books. But yes, I still gave an attempt to read Wimbok 6 and 7 once, twice, and Agile book also. I also do write, make notes like this, which made me help. I can't show you the complete one, but I would definitely try to say that like this, something like this, I would make a note as in when that is required. Specifically, when I find that some topic is not related to me, and then it is something which is a challenge, a totally a new area where I need to improve. I think that way, your videos definitely help me. I must say that, and I definitely recommend all the viewers, if somebody is actually listening to this and looking into this, I would say please go uh, watch all your videos, classroom sessions, coaching calls, mind blowing. I would, from bottom of my heart, I really felt they were after my actual mentors training. This is something that has really helped me. When I got my scoring, you were the first one whom I first text and said that
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
got this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Deepa. Now the next thing would be each one to teach one, guide other people, whoever approaches you. Always let's the flame burning it. Let's give the candle to the next person. With that,
Sure.
thank you very much and best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.